Throughout comic book history, there have been many instances where multiple people have donned the same mantle.
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 superheroes / villains embodied by multiple people.
Eddie? Is that you?
There's no more Eddie, and no more symbiote. Only Venom.
Number 10. Green Lantern. Alan Scott, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, and John Stewart.
Have you concluded admiring yourself?
Yeah.
Wow, that ring really gets around. The Green Lantern lineage began with Alan Scott, an engineer that fashioned his ring from a magic lamp.
I, Hal Jordan, do solemnly swear to pledge allegiance to a lantern.
In later years, this story was rebooted with Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, an intergalactic band of space cops. When Hal Jordan's hometown was destroyed and Jordan himself had a mental breakdown, it was Kyle Rayner who took up the ring, redeeming the Green Lantern title.
What the hell? Come on, if you can find me 100 miles in the middle of nowhere, you'd think they... No!
Another notable human Green Lantern is US Marine veteran John Stewart, who was chosen by the Corps as a backup to Hal Jordan and served as the Green Lantern throughout the 70s.
We can't be worrying about each other when we're fighting the bad guys.
Too late for that. What else you got?
Number 9. Nite Owl. Hollis Mason and Dan Dryberg.
It wasn't fair what happened to you guys. You guys who picked up where we left off. With Nixon forcing you out.
Mason's aspirations to become a crime-fighting vigilante encouraged him to put down his badge and adopt a mask, giving birth to Nite Owl.
Few of us cops, we get together and we figure, what the heck? We'll mask up too. We'll finish what the law couldn't.
His stint as the hero was well-lived, but certain personal matters forced him to hang up the cowl after World War II and become an author.
You're a better Nite Owl than I ever was, Danny boy.
Hollis, we both know that's bullshit.
Years later, Dan Dryberg, being a huge fan of the vigilante, planned to expand on the hero's persona with a spruced-up costume and an assortment of versatile tech. Impressed by the boy's tenacity, Mason gave the protege permission to use his name and become the official Nite Owl too. Number 8. Miss Marvel. Carol Danvers and Kamala Khan. Carol Danvers paved the way for female superheroes everywhere with her debut as Miss Marvel in 1977.
My name is Miss Marvel, and I'm here to welcome you to Earth. Now go home.
In 2012, Danvers assumed the mantle of the fallen Captain Marvel, and it was the 16-year-old Kamala Khan who filled in as the new Miss Marvel ever since. Kamala's powers differed by imbuing her with morphing abilities, but this only allowed her to adopt the name of her beloved hero, while crafting her own identity as Marvel's first Pakistani-American superhero.
Guess what? It's your turn.
Number 7. Thor. Thor Odin's son, Beta Ray Bill, and Jane Foster.
Its power has no equal. As a weapon to destroy, or as a tool to build.
Thor's title as God of Thunder rests not in his name or birthright, but within Mjolnir, a hammer imbued with great power. It's been enchanted by Odin, so only the worthy can wield it, and damn if that hammer ain't picky. Few besides Thor have proven worthy over the years, with Beta Ray Bill proving himself by besting the mighty Thor in combat, hoping to use the weapon and the Norse god's identity to save people. Recently, Thor has found himself unworthy, and it was none other than Jane Foster, Thor's former love interest and close friend, who now wields the hammer and his title in his stead.
I believe that fate brought us together.
Number 6. Venom. Eddie Brock, Peter Parker, and Flash Thompson.
Hey, Parker. My God, Eddie.
This maniacal villain became infamous as Spider-Man's greatest threat and rival time and time again. Venom is, in essence, an alien parasite. Like any good parasite, it requires a host to live and thrive off. The Venom symbiote's first target was Peter Parker himself, before moving on to Eddie Brock, where it coined the Venom identity. While it grants its host enhanced physical capabilities, it also warps their minds and brings out the host's darker nature. Never moving too far away from Spider-Man, the symbiote currently resides with Peter Parker's high school rival, Flash Thompson.
I don't want to fight you, Flash.
I wouldn't want to fight me neither. Kick his ass, man.
Number 5. Green Goblin. Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn, Bart Hamilton, and Phil Urich.
Hello, my dear.
Like father, like son, we suppose. The title of this maniacal villain was first coined by Norman Osborn, president of Oscorp. Using a secret serum, Norman was able to enhance his physical abilities and intelligence, but the compound of the drug drove him insane.
I could squash you like a bug right now, but I'm offering you a choice. Join me. Imagine what we could accomplish together.
After Osborn's death during a battle with Spider-Man, Norman's son Harry becomes the new Green Goblin. After Harry's passing, the Green Goblin persona was used twice by Bart Hamilton and Phil Urich, each to settle their own vendetta with the Web Slinger.
If only I could cause you the pain that you've caused me.
Number 4. Captain America. Steve Rogers, Bucky Barnes, and Sam Wilson. Steve Rogers became the iconic Captain America during World War II, and remained so for most of the century. However, after Captain America was presumably assassinated in 2007, Bucky Barnes, Cap's on-again, off-again sidekick, continued the Captain America tradition. Rogers returned and briefly reclaimed the Captain America title until a battle against the Iron Nail, who neutralized Cap's super soldier serum, causing Rogers to hyper-age, thus passing the mantle to Cap's other longtime sidekick, Sam Wilson. Number 3. Spider-Man. Peter Parker and Miles Morales. While old-school Spider-Man fans are familiar with the nerdy photojournalist Peter Parker, later iterations of the comic series introduced a new face after the death of the Ultimate Universe Spider-Man, Miles.
Come on, let me go! Stop it! Dude, that isn't funny! It is kind of funny, man.
Miles grew up highly inspired by the Web-Slinger's antics, and when he undergoes a similar transformation from an Oscorp experiment, he designs a costume closely based off Peter Parker's original design and assumes the role of the Spider-Man.
Put it on! The mask! It's gonna make you strong! Jack, trust me! Put it on! There you go! That's it! That's it, buddy, that's it! Okay, now climb!
Number 2. The Flash. Jay Garrick, Barry Allen, Wally West, and Bart Allen.
Barry, can you hear me? Yeah! Loud and clear!
The Flash lineage runs deep within various incarnations of the Scarlet Speedster. Despite being the first version of the superhero, Golden Age Jay Garrick is also the most obscure iteration. Barry Allen came sometime afterwards, and along with being the most identifiable Flash, started the modern Flash lineage. Barry's nephew, Wally West, inherited his powers in an accident similar to his uncle's, and Bart Allen, Barry's grandson, inherited his genetically.
Ta-da!
Wally and Bart also assumed the role of Kid Flash before graduating into full-fledged speedsters.
Liking this gig more every minute. Welcome aboard! I'm Kid Flash.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Robin. Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and Damian Wayne.
I need a name. Batboy, Nightwing. I don't know, what do you think? What's a good sidekick name?
Standing in the shadow of the Dark Knight himself is no easy trick, but these boy wonders all proved that they were up to the challenge. Dick Grayson took on the role of the first ever Robin, and eventually grew up and assumed his own identity as Nightwing.
Who's that other one? The pretty boy in the leotard.
That's Nightwing. He was the Bat's first sidekick.
The second Robin was Jason Todd, who, much like Grayson, was a circus acrobat. This character met a brutal fate at the hands of the Joker, but was later revived as the Red Hood.
I guess we should keep it even.
Jason.
Tim Drake later proved himself as a worthy Robin candidate, but was beaten out of his spot by Batman's illegitimate son, Damian Wayne.
Check me out! I'm Robin, the boy wonder!
Do you agree with our list?
This is the best day of my life.
Who do you think portrayed their superhero or supervillain the best?
Parker.
For more awesome top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I'm talking about him. Just him. And doing it because he took me away from you.